what some people are doing to make money they think is free money using their excellent credit. On the internet, they're calling this App-O-Rama. Is your husband seriously thinking about doing this?
I think he was interested.
He proceeded to tell me that the debt would start the 7-year statute of limitations over. It seemed a little, sketchy.
It's not only a little sketchy, not only just a little sketchy. It is so seriously sketchy, I can't even begin to tell you. And you ask me, can I afford it?
I want to remodel my backyard. We have beautiful weather here in southern Utah.
Yeah.
And I can't enjoy it. My backyard's a nightmare.
Where's the savings? I don't see any savings here at all.
I knew you were going to say something about that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Suze Orman, and you're watching the Suze Orman Show. Tonight, I want to talk to you about making money using borrowed money. Sounds good, right? Well, it's done all the time. In the stock market, you can buy on margin. A trader borrows money from their broker to buy securities you hope that will go up, and you make money on someone else's money. You borrow money from a bank to buy real estate. Hopefully, the value of the real estate goes up, you sell your property, and you make money on the bank's money. In business, this is how people make fortunes. But tonight, I'm going to tell you what some people are doing to make money they think is free money using their excellent credit. On the internet, they're calling this App-O-Rama, short for Application-O-Rama. It's applying for as many credit card applications with sign-up bonuses and credit lines at once. One level of App-O-Rama is signing up for all these credit cards to get points, cashback offers, and free travel bonuses. But the highest level of App-O-Rama is when you profit from your credit lines. Here's how it works. Let's say you have great credit. You get these offers all the time, don't you, in the mail? These 0% credit card balance transfer offers so that when you have good credit, you can do anything you want. Now, listen, instead of tearing up those offers, you simply write yourself a check and deposit this money into a high-yielding bank account and earn interest on it. The credit card is at 0%. So while you're earning interest, you don't have to pay anything to the credit card company. You merely have to pay them back before the 0% offer is up. So let's do the math. If you have a high credit limit of $30,000 and you deposit it into a bank account that's going to give you 5%, you're going to earn $1,500 in a year. If your limit is $50,000, that earns $2,500 in a year of interest. Now remember, that interest is taxable, so don't you dare forget that. But remember, those 0% interest rate offers, they aren't forever. If you fail to pay them back on time, you'll quickly get in trouble. That 0% turns into 18 to 22%, and your gain can become a loss, just like that. A lot more to talk about this, but first, I want to bring in Leisha. She's in Phoenix, and Leisha, you wrote to me because your husband is thinking about doing this App-O-Rama game, right?
That's right, Susie. I think a friend of his was trying to get him interested in it, sending him links to websites and chat rooms that talked about it a little bit.
And he knows you're here tonight. Is he with you?
He's not, no.
What does he think about you coming on the Suze Orman Show to talk to me about this?
Well, I think he's all right with it. We both value your opinion. We watch the show with our whole family every Saturday night, so I think he's interested to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so here you are. You have a husband who has a good friend who is doing this now, and this good friend of your husband wants your husband, and therefore you, to do this. Is your husband seriously thinking about doing this?
I don't think that he is convinced that it's the right thing to do, but I think he was interested.
All right. So, and your opinion?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. And why don't you want to do it?
I don't think that the payoff is really great enough to compared to the risk of it. I think that the amount of credit lines that we would qualify for really wouldn't earn that much interest over the course of a year, and I think it would ding our credit with, we would have to take out a lot of cards all at once, and I'm sure that would ding our credit. And then, if we missed a payment or something like you mentioned already, then we're in big trouble. All
right, so let's talk about your situation, because I have a feeling many people watching tonight are probably in your exact situation.
Okay.
And the fact that I don't want you to do this is the same reason that I'm not going to want anybody to do it as they continue to listen to me throughout what we're talking about.
Okay.
In order to qualify for a credit line at a 0% interest rate, first of all, you have to have the highest FICO scores out there. The highest FICO score range right now is 760 to 850. What is your FICO score and what is the FICO score of your husband?
Mine is not in that range. We are at 698 and 695.
All right, so at 698 and 695, that puts you 3 or 4 FICO score ranges down, which automatically takes you out of the ballpark with this because you aren't going to qualify for a 0% interest rate.
Okay.
When you do qualify for a 0% interest rate, and let's just say you did, now you've been given this money. First of all, if you take this money and you put it in a high-yielding account, and let's say the account is paying 5%, after taxes, really, all you're going to be putting, because any interest that you make on a savings account is totally taxable,
Okay.
all you're going to really be putting in your pocket is about 3%. Right? That's number one. But if you're at a low FICO score or a lower FICO score, maybe you could get a credit card at 3%, 5%, but you're already in deficit. So you might as well tell your husband this isn't a happening thing for you because the two of you are not going to qualify for this 0% interest rate. So it's already off the table for you.
That makes it easy.
That's easy. So that's over. But for those people who are watching tonight and they're wondering, or another good friend of theirs has come to them, or somebody is soliciting them on the internet saying, make free money, make free money. It's always an enticement to make free money. Here's what I really want all of you to understand. When you take money out as a cash advance, usually the cash advance on a credit card is at a 21% interest rate or so. You then have to do a balance transfer from that credit card to another credit card that's offering you 0%, if you qualify for it, as a balance transfer. The credit card companies are getting very intelligent. What they're going to do, most of them now, is they are charging what's called a balance transfer fee. It used to be, at most it would be maybe $75 to do a balance transfer of any amount of money. Now, it's a minimum, usually, of $75, up to 2 to 3% of whatever amount you are actually transferring on to the 0% interest rate balance transfer card. If they're charging you 3% to do a balance transfer, and after taxes, you're making 3%, you've now lost money. You're now like, even. What do you got? That's number one. Number two. How are you going to get the money to pay back the credit card every single month? If you borrow $30,000, $50,000 on some of these credit cards, it doesn't mean just because you're at a 0% interest rate that you don't have to pay them back every single month. You're going to have to pay them back on $50,000, maybe $1,000, $2,000 every month. Maybe you're taking it from the balance transfer money. Maybe you're taking it from the money you're putting into this, savings account at that high interest rate. Now you don't have all $30,000 or $50,000 earning interest for you. Do you see? So you're earning interest on less and less money every month, which gives you less and less interest, but yet you think you're making money. Do you know that when you sign up for a 0 interest rate credit card, or any credit card that has a low interest rate, that interest rate is not fixed? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that the credit card companies can change at any time they want the interest rate that you are paying. Up to them. It's their discretion. If you're late by 1 day, if you go over a credit limit, if you do whatever, it has a direct effect on what they do. They can even just change it when they want to change it. But here's the main thing I want all of you to keep in mind. When you max out your credit cards, that affects your FICO score. Because remember, 35% of your FICO score is made up of something called your debt to credit limit ratio. When you go up all the way to your credit limits, it's going to affect your FICO score. FICO score goes down, car insurance premiums go up. You're going to be paying all across the board. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Everybody, that is the bottom line. And girlfriend, you can tell your husband, stay away from that friend of his.
Thanks, Susie.
In my opinion. Good evening, my dear Gina.
Hello.